what's going on? It's your boy once again, KQKC Boxing Network, and this is Boxing Updates. KQKC Boxing Networks bring you another edition of Boxing Updates. And today, once again, we are talking about Manny Pacquiao. And we're talking about his strength and conditioning coach, Justin Platoon. He leaves the Manny Pacquiao team over Freddie Roach smart-ass mouth. Now, let me explain it to you, all right? Of course, make sure you check out my live stream today at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. Now, of course, Manny Pacquiao, strength and conditioning coach, Mr. Justin Platoon, excuse me, has been in his stable and Filipino boxing icon, man, for over 20 years. I mean, we talking about 2 decades. Now, Platoon, now keep in mind, he is a former Australian heavyweight fighter who tallied a record of 15-9-2 and 9 KOs. And he trained under Roach before retiring. That was back in 09. And he worked in tandem with Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach to help Pacquiao around 01 and 07. And again in 13. Until now. Platoon and Roach had a falling out after Pacquiao KO Silalis. That was back in 07. At that time, that's when they went and got strength and conditioning coach Alex Ariza. Who pretty much was like ass kissing, really. That's what Ariza was doing, and I still say he's doing it. All right, now, Platoon re-entered Pacquiao's picture back in 2013 ahead of the Brandon Rios fight, and has remained on board ever since. And we talking about all the way up to now, especially through the unanimous decision that he lost against Dennis Ugas. But now here's the problem. Manny Pacquiao declared after the Ugas fight, which is, I think, bullshit. But all in all, allegedly, the fight, he said that his legs was failing him. That his legs failed him throughout the whole bout. And I'm talking about cramps and everything like that. And so basically, Freddie Roach, in recent interviews, Platoon said he's getting blamed too, pretty much for Manny Pacquiao mishaps. Now, of course, no other than he's saying that. Now, this is Platoon, and this is quote and unmotherfucking quote. All right, I can't work with Freddie anymore. And he's talking about Freddie Roach. He keeps blaming me. He always blames somebody else. He never takes responsibility. Now, Platoon told Business Mirror that. Shout out to Business Mirror. He said, I was blamed for the cramps and the tightness suffered by Pacquiao in the early rounds of the bout because of him being overtrained a few days before the fight night. Now, in separate interviews with the Filipino star, Platoon doubled down on his statement. He said, mark my words, I will never work with Freddie again. Shake him up, Freddie, man, you fucking up, dude. All right, but he accused me for Manny's loss to cover up his own inadequacies. Now, okay, I feel you, Platoon, and didn't do it to my face. Now, of course, Freddie made stupid statements, not even factual, about Manny running the hills at Griffin Park 6 days a week. Okay, that was a lie. Freddie, you looking bad, baby. You looking bad out there, homie. All right? He won't even tell it to my face, and I think that's being a coward. It's pathetic. You damn right. Okay, Platoon, it seems like you came from my neighborhood, at least around the block. All right? Now, that's right. If you're going to talk about motherfucking, don't do it on the computer. Do it in your face. Now, if I had something to say about Freddie, I'd tell him straight and not through somebody else. Now, Platoon, he was surprised to see Pacquiao legs being worked on by a physiotherapist, Dr. Sean Hampton, 30 minutes before the Ugas fight. Now, I think Freddie brought him in a week or a few weeks before, said Platoon. I don't know if he's worked with a fighter or an elite athlete before. All I know is you don't touch a fighter 30 minutes before a fight. Wow. Certainly not to massage his legs. You want a fighter like a cat on a hot tin roof, not with loose legs. That's a perfect formula to get cramps right away, and it's exactly what happened. Now, of course, Platoon also said that Platoon also pulled back the curtain on Pacquiao's fight week routine. He also saying that the Filipino icon had a day off Wednesday, ran sprints on Thursdays, and ran 20 minutes on a treadmill before the Friday weigh-in. You do all that to drop weight so you can eat before the weigh-in, said Platoon. Manny broke out to do sprints on Thursdays, and maybe he shouldn't have, but he likes to win, and he probably felt it would be good to do that. He came in at 146 at the weigh-in. It's hard to say why cramps set in. Manny just had a bad night. It happens to the best of champions, especially with the ring rust and the 2 years of inactivity. Now, let me stop there for a minute. Let me tell you something. Now, it might be because Freddie brought the doctor in, and yes, you don't want to touch a fighter, and you do want a fighter in the legs not to be too loose. But it's all caused old age. That's what it's called. Now, you can pretty much sum it up. You can pretty much use all the big words you want. You can pretty much bring in all the motherfuckers with the motherfucking degrees on the wall. But at the end of this motherfucking day, Manny Pacquiao is 42 years old, all right? Soon to be 43. So maybe all them hard fights with Marquez and coming up through the ranks and allegedly PED uses, all right, took a toll on his body. And in the Ugas fight, maybe his body felt his ass for the first time. Or maybe when you piled all that shit together year after year after year, then okay, you wearing your body down. So I don't know who to blame. And matter of fact, Freddie Roach and Shake 'em Up Freddie need to shut the fuck up, all right? Now, of course, I'm going to go ahead on and say this, all right? I couldn't understand why Mike wasn't in the middle during the timeouts because Manny had a cut over his eye and a cut on his cheek, said Platoon. Freddie and Boo Boy, which is his best friend that he grew up with, the little fat guy in the ring, all right? That's the way I can describe him, or you want to call big bone or overweight. Fuck that. The fat ass that was in the ring and grew up with Manny Pacquiao. Now, of course, Boo Boy was talking over each other, so it got messy. All right. Other words, when you got too many people in the corner, and they're all trying to talk over each other. Freddie Roach, no offense, but when you have Parkinson, you can't get your words in fast enough to out-talk somebody, right? Shake 'em up, Freddie. You know how that shit go. I ain't making fun. Not making fun, because I know how Alzheimer's is. Look, I know personally. I have it in my family. So I know that you cannot out-talk anybody. Not with Parkinson, baby. No. All right, now, personally, I don't want Manny to retire with a loss. Okay? Now, he has been with Manny for 20 years. So I understand him feeling that way. Now, I wouldn't mind a rematch with you guys. Okay? That's how you feel? That's how you feel. You guys don't mind either. All right? Now, I think Manny should be able to beat him with no more ring rust. Let's face it. If Manny weren't in condition, he wouldn't have last 12 rounds even with cramps. It just was a bad night. I wouldn't mind working with Boo Boy, whom I love, and Marvin. Y'all remember Marvin was a short guy that always worked with Freddie Roach, pretty much his assistant, who's decent and respectful. Now, Boo Boy and I worked with Manny for the Lucas Matisse fight, and Manny scored a knockout. It was a grand count without Freddie. Wow. All right, shake him up, Freddie. You shaking up some shit, ain't you? All right? Don't get your ass beat with that practicing. All right? Because I don't think you can throw as fast either. All right? Now, you used to be a fighter, yes. All right? But shit, that shit long gone, baby. All right? Now, I'm hoping we can do that again. Now, of course, now Manny Pacquiao is 42 years old. And I can't see him doing that many more fights unless they are exhibitions. All right? Now, Pacquiao and Roach publicist Fred Steinberg offered the following after Platoon's comments were made public. All right, here come damage motherfucking control. Freddie told me he will respect Manny's wishes and not respond to these types of interviews. Justin is giving, Steinberg told the Philippine Star. Now, Freddie agrees with Manny that it's unproductive. All right, okay, cool. But in 2012, Platoon sued Roach after Roach told a reporter that Platoon previous use, catch this, my people. Listen to this, my people. Listen to this. In 2012, Platoon sued Roach after Roach told a reporter that Platoon previously used performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs. When it gonna stop? Now, previous to that, Roach once sued Platoon claiming he was owed money, but the case was dismissed. It's bad blood there, people. It is bad blood there. Now, Platoon also owns a boxing gym in Hollywood, California, since 2008. That is 2.5 miles away from the Wild Card Gym. That is another conflict that they pretty much have to resolve. Now, of course, they've been traveling in the same circle. They've been working with the same fighter. So, of course, there's going to be some animosity there. But I have to go with Platoon on this. You cannot blame him because Manny Ass had a bad day. No, Manny Ass is getting old. Manny Ass can't pretty much hang with the younger fighters. That's just simple as that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing sad about that. It's nothing embarrassed about that. All right? You know KQKC gonna give it to you straight just like that. And yes, we will continue this conversation as I go on today at 12:30, and that's Central Time. All right? So with that, that's all I have on boxing updates, and I will come out with another video this evening. So therefore, there you go. It's breaking. It's only 3 hours old. So there you go. KQKC putting it down like he always do. All right? Now with that, shout out to the almighty. The almighty LDBC. Shout out to all Black Media Row, my brothers. All right? Now, of course, I have to say, shout out to all my supporters. Bless you. Thank you. Happy holiday to you. And with that, I'm out of here. I greet you with the ancient word of peace once again. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Alaikum salam. Thank you. And with that, I'm out of here. Oh, baby. I'll come with some more. I'm out of here. Peace. Wow, wow, wow.